Modes. Can we use them on bass? Yes, we can. Today we're diving into how the Dorian mode can be applied to bass playing. We'll explore some famous bass lines built on the Dorian mode, and then we'll compose our own Dorian bass line together. The Dorian mode is a minor scale with a unique, slightly mysterious feel. In the key of C, it corresponds to the piano keyboard's white notes from D to D. Compared to the Ionian mode, essentially the major scale, Dorian has a darker, somewhat melancholic quality with an exotic twist. This unique sound is due to its minor third, which makes it a minor mode, combined with the major sixth, which brings the extra touch of mystery. Of all the minor modes, Dorian stands out as the brightest. A perfect example of a Dorian bass line is Riders on the Storm by The Doors. The bass part was composed by keyboard player Raymond Zarek and recorded on bass by Jerry Scheff. This bass line practically defines the song, setting an intriguing atmosphere that's unmistakably Dorian. Dorian is my favorite mode. I'm definitely a Dorian person. To capture a Dorian feel, you don't need to hit every note on the Dorian scale. You only need two key notes, the minor third and the major sixth. These two defining notes will instantly give your bass line that signature Dorian flavor. Tom Sawyer by Rush is another great example. In the instrumental break, bass player Geddy Lee pulls off this crazy Dorian riff in a 7/8 time signature. Bass plays in B Dorian, while guitarist Alex Lifeson takes a solo in E Mixolydian, creating a rich and complex harmonic interplay. In Hyper Music by Muse, the verse is underscored by a frantic bass line climbing up the D Dorian scale, performed by bass player Chris Wolstenholme. What comes out is an intense, driven sound that perfectly matches the energy of the track. Definitely give it a listen to hear Dorian in a rock context. Another very cool Dorian bass riff appears in Tempus Fugit by Yes. The central theme of this song is built on an E Dorian scale. Chris Squire's killer riff ascends in E Dorian and descends in E Mixolydian, adding complexity and flavor to an already very elaborate track. Of course, we have to mention Good Times by Chic. This iconic disco bass line is often considered the Dorian bass line because it's essentially a complete walkthrough of the E Dorian mode using every note in the scale. Good Times influenced countless other songs, including Around the World by Daft Punk, which also uses an A Dorian scale. Now that we know what Dorian sounds like, let's put it to use composing our own bass line. We're working in the key of E Dorian and we're going for a funky style bass line. The Dorian mode on bass. Tomorrow we're going Phrygian, so make sure you hit subscribe, don't miss it. Thanks for watching.